It's still worth that money.
You mean football these days, it's not about you signing only players alone. You look about the market value, what you can get from a player. Apart from the output on the pitch of play, you send players.
No, I'm concerned with the pitch. What was on play? So you think what that?
Yeah, I mean, leave pitch. The PSG guys are trying to make a lot of money from the South America. Because let me tell you something, you don't just sign a player just for the output on the pitch of play alone. You think about what you can get in terms of TV rights from that region. So those are the things they're looking at.
Okay, all right.
And by the way, with what happened against Barcelona last season, they found out they lack experience to withstand pressure that comes at the biggest stage.
Playing against the big teams. Okay.
Winning 4-0 at home, losing 6-1 in no camp was down to experience. The young players only contained the nerves.
All right.
That was the pressure.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
That consumed that game. So those are part of the reasons.
All right. So let's look at Everton. Pre-season for Everton. They will be in Tanzania. Let's talk about that as well. You know, some people.
They're already there.
Yeah, they're already there. Some joking that we should be having that. I remember there was a time Portsmouth and Manchester United
came
to Nigeria. For whatever reasons, they've chosen Tanzania. I think all of these things are very good for African football, and I want to see the flip side too. Solid African teams going to have their pre-seasons overseas.
Oh, that is. Shall I relate it? Shall I relate with Nigeria or just give the value to what
Nigerians?
Okay.
We have to position. Went to Spain.
Yeah,
they did we have to position ourselves at a level whereby with other countries see us as a global brand, as a destination for them to come and play. Don't forget one thing: the Tanzanians, the East Africans. They have a very good tourism and hospitality sector.
Okay.
All the things comes into play.
That's the reason.
Yes. Because let me tell you, some of the players, they've heard about Kenya, they heard about Tanzania, they heard about the Serengeti, South Africa.
Stories,
so they don't have a feel. It's not as if going to play football alone there. Don't have a feel of what is going on in
They haven't heard about Lagos and Abuja and all that.
They have heard about Lagos and Abuja.
Exactly.
But now details. How many people come to Nigeria to visit Nigeria on tourism?
Football reasons and football.
Where are parks? We have the parks, but have you publicized the parks?
Yeah, I know we're going to break.
I think we could do that because we need to bring a team back recently. Anytime.
Okay, Wale, let's look at football. Everton, they just have acquired Wayne Rooney, some decent buys here and there. How far do you think Everton can go this season? Early days here, they might still get some players, but the squad now, Lukaku left Rooney in, and they're still able to keep their players. They've told Ross Barkley, you're going nowhere. But so, how far do you think they can go?
Okay, with the investment that got last season, they've been very busy this transfer window. Jordan Pickford, Michael Caine, Henry Onyekuru, all of them have changed the switch allegiance down to Everton. Though Onyekuru is going to Anderlecht, but they've got some decent players. Now, with them keeping the likes of Idrissa Gueye, Morgan Shedderling, Ross Barkley, it's a good thing for them. Okay. But one thing that reliance on Rooney, don't think about, is on the decline.
Right.
Though the feel good of coming back home to play football might reinvigorate Rooney and get the best out of him, but not at the level he was at Manchester United.
Okay, all right. A lot of fans will disagree with that. So let's go on a break. When we'll come back, there's still so much for you on Sports This Morning.
Under-20 World Cup. We've reached the round of 16. It's England against Costa Rica here in Jeonju. Corner kick. Hernandez has come short. Not required as that's curled in. Wasted opportunity. Aguilas it was who couldn't finish, as Woodman has words with that England backline. Exposed there as that corner was bent in. And then on the far post, Aguilas was arriving and couldn't finish. It's a real danger. Woodman, it's a good run. England could be in. The ball, in the end, rolls behind, and it's another threat from Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting forward. Pineda stays down. Costa Rica stretched. Good build-up play. There is Calvert-Lewin growing into this game. Tomore's ball. It frees up Solanke. Good ball in turn to Kenny. England could be in here, and England are in. Adam Lukman with his first World Cup goal. It broke kindly and the Everton striker makes no mistake to edge England in front, and absolutely nothing Pineda could do. It is Leal driven with pace and all the way across. Woodman is beaten. They have found a way back. It's come from Ian Smith, and celebrations. Play brought back just when they prepared to celebrate a goal. We wait, and Smith's moment in the spotlight ends in frustration. Has an opportunity to fire England further in front. Cannons back off the crossbar. Lookman unlucky, maybe.
All right, welcome back. Before we go to the papers, let's just quickly tell you that famous American whistleblower, talking about Chuck Blazer, has passed away. He is no more. He was he pleaded guilty. He had issues with money laundering, racketeering, wire fraud, and a whole lot. He was responsible for what led to the cleanup in FIFA. He was the former Secretary General of CONCACAF, talking about Chuck Blazer. All right, so we'll leave it at that, and how do we say this now? His family have the fortitude to bear that loss. A very important chapter in football. All right, Cecilia, I know you have a tweet or two before we go on the show.
Here. This one is, his name is Certified Niger. Okay, and he's really pro-Niger this morning. He says, I think Nigeria should learn from the should use the entertainment industry to promote the Nigerian Women's Football League. We should invite musicians and actors to come and watch the game. I hope the board members, you're listening. Another one says, this one is coming from Mujib Olagunju. He says, nice ball by Nigerian Women's Football League. I think the amount of companies in Nigeria will determine the sponsorship. It shows Nigeria has a long way. And Professor Christian Nahena says, I think the men should learn from the women on how to win away matches in Nigeria Premier League. That's a very funny one. And now Mr. Banks is saying, okay, when should we start? That we should get the rights of the NPFL next time. Okay, we'll try and do that.
All right. Papers now, yeah. Quickly, ladies first, as usual.
Okay, let's start with Sporting Sun, and this one is not looking nice at all. Sporting Sun front page, there you have it. Gernot Rohr threatens to resign. The reason, well, you can go get Sporting Sun and just get details from there. NHL's Leicester move threatened. Basel doubtful against Cameroon, and you also have a Mourinho to spend £200 million. Ozil wants to stay in Arsenal. Okay.
All right,
okay, let me just Sporting Life also. Okay, another one is NFF is actually reacting to what we have on Sporting Sun. It says Gernot Rohr is not ready to dump Nigeria. The manager is visiting Eagle Stars in Europe and Glasgow's chief to respect his contract. And the rumor is there's also a rumor that he's having issues with NFF, but it's been dismissed.
Okay. All right, let me quickly read this one. Just pick one or two that stands out. Complete Sports, last people for review. And the big story, a lot of people want to hear this. Mikel, I'm back and better. That's what Complete Sports is leading with. You also have the story on the Super Eagles coach that storms England for Ikeme and Moses. Tottenham reject Iheanacho swap for Walker. In less than a minute, which of these stories do you want to quickly talk about?
I'll talk about the Gernot Rohr issue. There's no smoke without fire. The problem started immediately we lost against South Africa when lists, the NFL decided to be scrutinizing his list. What I want to say and implore the Nigerian Football Association, Nigerian Football Federation, they should give our coaches, irrespective of color, gender, religion, the opportunity for them to express themselves and concentrate on their job. When you lose in abroad, you might lose 2, 3, or 4 matches. That's why they use signal. That is a problem. But losing a match out of the number of matches that's piloted as Super League's coach, we shouldn't put pressure on him.
You shouldn't be having this.
You shouldn't be having this. We should allow him to concentrate. Because the South African game, we can call it a one-off. We are still in the race to qualify for the Nations Cup. All they need to do is to put up, they should put on ground all the necessary facilities,
Okay, let me
the support for him to get things right as the coach. Because if he doesn't get it right as a coach,
are you saying he's not getting the support, or they're having issues, or it's just paper being mischievous?
I told you earlier, there's no smoke without fire. Something might be going on the ground.
Okay,
you understand?
All right,
and you know the Europeans, that the level of which they can absorb pressure compared to we Africans is different. All what they do, they'll just throw in the towel and leave.
Yeah, if we start, we will not head. You know, I wanted you to react to Mikel, but I know we don't really have time. But I don't know if you agree with his good news. Quick response to that one. He says he's back and he's better.
It's good. It's good. We need his experience in the national team. He's a national team captain. Though unfortunately, the level of competitiveness in the Chinese league
is low.
But nevertheless, we have people like Paulinho doing it in the Chinese league. I think getting shots in the Brazilian national team.
All right.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Wale. I want to say thank you.
You're welcome. Cecilia, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you for being there for us. We really appreciate that you're always being there for us. So we'll do this again tomorrow. I'll be at the back.
Thank you for watching. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.